Yep, I've just done a 10-minute short. So when I get home, I'll put that on so people can have a look at it. But yeah, we're over at Hollym. The weather is absolutely glorious today. I'll show you. Let's look at that. We'll pan round. Big glowing thing in the sky, not sure what it is. How's that? And of course, I'm getting myself wrapped up. Here's our friend Toby. So I'm just going to walk to the end to where I know it's 3 miles. That's like a full hour from leaving my house. And it takes a bit longer than an hour to get back, as it always does. As always, I'm fine with it. Hiya Dave, once again I'm using my gimbal. I seem to have got it. Worked out what it does and what it doesn't do. What I need to do, I think, is put the lanyard on. The last thing I want to do is drop it like I did with the other one. Well, we'll walk up here a little bit and that just gets me my 3 mile. And then we'll come back down. Me and the valiant one, who's walking at the back of me right now. I'm not letting him off his lead today. If he decides to go and do something daft, like go onto the beach, he might not be able to get up. He should, but I don't want to take that risk. So he's on his lead. Don't think he's right happy about it, but that's it. Well, we had a really good day yesterday, the Duchess and I, up at Flamborough Head, at the North Landing, and then later on at the lighthouse, the headland. Had our dinner there. And it was well worth it. It weren't cheap, but it weren't that expensive either. I think it was about 40 quid. So we'll go back down here now, Tobes, and we'll set the onerous journey. Let's see how far I've done today. So it tells I've done 4.07 miles. That's including Coast Watch this morning and going to Tesco's and whatever for Duchess. I'm alright with that. I never get my full quota in on a Monday. Yeah, so I was saying about yesterday, I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting those videos together as well. But what I'm going to do later on in the summer, I'll go up to Brid and I'll walk along the tops to Flamborough. I know where I'm going then. And then I'll take my gimbal with me and I'll probably do it as a video and then post the video, but we'll see. I'll definitely do it and I'll definitely take footage. Whether I do it live or video, I don't know, we'll see. Or I might do a bit of both. But we'll see. Here we go. Come on then, Tobes. Just look at that sea. Amazing, isn't it? Well, today at Coast Watch. The first time ever, since me being there anyway, we got what you call a DSC. It's like a digital alarm. And what it was, there was a man overboard from a ferry, a ro-ro ferry, coming from the continent, and they discovered that there was a guy missing. Now here's the thing, they didn't discover it until the ferry were coming in at Immingham, but they played back the CCTV and they reckoned the guy went overboard at 1:47 this morning. So a massive alert were put out. So that affected us because we can't now contact the Coast Guard or do anything. And we were following what were going on our VHF radios. And we listened. Now apparently the guy had gone overboard at 1:47, 46 miles off the coast. So it's a long way off. The Coast Guard dispatched a helicopter and a fixed wing aircraft. The lifeboats from Grimsby and what do you call it, Bridlington, both went out. Toby, both went out, and there were talk of a lifeboat. Yeah, these are all weather. These are the big lifeboats, not the small ones like we have here at Withernsea. These are the all weather proper boats. And the third one may have been going out from Wells in Norfolk. I don't know whether that went or not. I was tracking the lifeboat and I was tracking the aircraft. So at one time there were two helicopters and our SAR-92 and another one. And we were crisscrossing a part of the sea where they thought the body might lay. You know, they'll have worked out tide patterns and things like that. The time and which directions the tide were going, and that'll have all been worked out. And they were searching in that area 46 miles off the Spurn. Amazing. So I don't know what they expect to find. I'd say to you, that guy will have been dead within minutes. Hi Dave. Hi Edward. What has happened? Yeah, I was just telling Dave. A bloke, some man, right, fell off a ferry in the North Sea, 46 miles east of the Spurn. So it's like in the middle of the sea, and he went off. Now nobody realised he were missing until the boat was about to dock at Immingham, and then we realised he were missing. Now I don't know whether he's a passenger, a truck driver, a member of crew. I don't know, but but we do know it was overboard. We checked the CCTV cameras on the boat, on the ferry, and we saw him going overboard at 1:47 a.m. this morning. Now our DSC went absolutely berserk. It was like a panic button on the VHF radios when something like that happens, to warn all shipping in basically everywhere what's happening. And then the Coast Guard told everybody what had happened and ships in the area to look out for this man. Anyway, the Coast Guard sent out I think it were 2 helicopters, search and rescue helicopters, plus a fixed wing aircraft. The lifeboat from Brid went, and a lifeboat from Grimsby that went, and there were talk when I came out of sending the lifeboat from Wells, which is in Norfolk, to this point 46 miles east, more or less due east of Grimsby. Anyway, that were it really. Unbelievable. I don't know what chance there'll be of recovering the body, but I checked earlier on, the aircraft were crisscrossing an area. I suppose they're looking at the tides, as you would, as you'd expect them to do. You know, from the tidal, what you call the tidal diamonds, which way would the tides have been going at 1:47 this morning, where they'll be going now, and basically where do they think the body will be? Shocking when you think about it, isn't it? I don't know, Dave. I don't know. We got its name, but I can't remember what the name was. But from there, I'd expect probably Rotterdam. I know it was a row ferry, and it was going into Immingham. I'd say to you probably Rotterdam, but I might be wrong. Could be wrong on that. What do I make of for war with Iran? I don't know. I don't know. The ones I feel sorry for are the people who are getting blasted. I mean, most Iranians, from what I can glean, do not support the Mad Mullahs. Then you've got people in Dubai who live there, they work there. You know, it's nothing to do with them. Here, Tobes. Toby, we're okay. Come on. Oh, bloody hell. Toby. He wants to go the ultra safe route. Never mind, we're going over a load of mud, but he knows best. Well, I guess that's mine and Toby's partnership, isn't it? So I don't know. I know one thing, that the Iranians just blasted the biggest oil refinery in the world. And they've shut the Straits of Hormuz. So I'm expecting fuel prices and gas prices to go literally through the roof. We'd be like living in the 1970s again. The thing is, I've not much time for the mullahs, I'll be honest with you. But Iran is not Iraq. Iraq, we could do it. Much smaller country, much lower population. Iran, I think there's 90 million people living there. And unlike Iraq, with a very, very, very small intelligentsia, you've quite a lot of clever people. You've got a lot of, you've about 90 95% literacy or something like that. So I don't know, you have got issues. I mean, Iranian Azerbaijan in the north, there's always a worry there they might want to reunite with Azerbaijan proper next door, and I think the Turks would like that to happen. Then you've got at the other end of the country the the Sunnis. I can't think of the name of them, but they too want independence. It'll come to me in a bit. But they too want independence. When you get Heratis and people like that on the Afghan border, Iran has a lot of it. Only about 50% of the people are proper Persians. The rest of them are all sorts: Tajiks, Kazakhs, Uzbeks. Literally. There you go, there's our friend, look, the pillar. They're all mental, Edward, a whole lot of them. Why they're firing on other Middle East countries? It's to stop their export of oil, it's to widen the conflict. That's why. Well, that's a different thing, Pakistan and Afghanistan. But it's sobering to think, right the way from the Indian border at Lahore, right the way over to the Iranian border at Turkey. It's about 2,500 miles, I think. All those countries are at war. Now, at one time, you could hear me out on this. You could catch a bus, right, from Bradford to Rawalpindi in Pakistan. Imagine that, getting on the bus in Bradford, and I think it took 9 days. You slept somewhere every night. You didn't sleep on the bus, you slept somewhere every night, and it was a couple of £100. You provided your own food and stuff like that, but they provided the beds. You just get on the bus, make sure your visas and everything else, that's up to you. Everything else between the UK and Pakistan were all in order, and Bob's your uncle, and you just went. I were going to go. It was like, before I met the Duchess, it was like in the mid-70s, I guess, 76, 77, 78, so I can't remember now, but I know I thought, wow, I'd love to do that. Just imagine you go all the way across Europe, France, Germany, Poland, what was Czechoslovakia then, Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey. From Turkey you go into Iran, you come out at Zarden, and then just nip over the border and you're in Pakistan. And I thought, you know what, that would be one hell of an adventure. But it just didn't happen. I just never got round to it. I don't know how long that bus was running for. It weren't like a long time. But I thought that would have been absolutely amazing. Akrotiri, yeah. No, it's not good. None of it's good. I think Lincoln City have more or less done it now. I don't think anything can really stop them, to be honest. We've had one hell of a season, haven't they? You know, it's... They're going up. They deserve to go up. They've worked damned hard at that. They've played hard, and we deserve it. Yeah, they did. Some drones hit this airbase, Akrotiri, but they didn't do any damage, or whatever damage they did was very limited. The biggie though is there were some oil tankers ablaze round about the Straits of Hormuz, which is the seaway between Doha and Iran. And the other thing is, this huge refinery, it's the biggest in the world, that's got blasted by drones, and Saudi Arabia have closed it. So that's going to have an effect. Look at that sun. It's going to have a massive effect, that, on fuel prices. Not just petrol and diesel, but on gas, electricity. We're going to be back where we were, I think, when the Ukraine war started. My contract with OVO runs out in May. So I'm not too concerned, but I'm not happy. You got Cardiff, have you? Wow. Hi Jack, how are you? It's a lovely day here in Yorkshire. See, no hat, no jacket, no gloves. It's just gorgeous. It's just glorious. I'm using my gimbal as well. Did you see the stuff I put on video yesterday? Over at Lamborough Head. Well, 25 minutes of video or something like that. I've 10 minutes of video on this, which I'm going to stick on afterwards. Certainly going some, isn't he? There he is. Our knight in shining armour, Sir Toby the Valiant. I thought he deserved a good walk today, because being at Coast Watch, I can't walk him in the morning. So I kind of aim for between 7 and 8 miles on a Monday. I'm good with that. We've done 5 miles so far, so that's all right, that's okay. we've got a southwesterly wind coming in. Look at the windsock. Centre of the screen now. And that's facing in a roughly a northeasterly direction, so the wind's coming from the southwest. It's nice, sultry. It's nice to be out and not have any need for a coat. I've not even got it over me gimbal bag. See, just haven't got a coat, just left it at home. I put Toby's coat on. I don't even know why, because he doesn't need it. But yeah. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Edward. I really am. I doctor not. Ah, thanks, Doctor Not So Happy. That's good of you to say that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He deserves one, doesn't he? He deserves a speeding ticket. Hang on, folk, guys. That's better. I nearly lost it. Yeah, I'm glad you liked that, Edward. I really am. I'm glad you liked it as well, Jack. I know. The sky is amazing. I know, I've looked at that. Can you tell me what it is? Can someone tell me what that is? That big yellow ball. I thought it was that football Lincoln City use. No, it's absolutely beautiful. I wish I hadn't have been in Coast Watch this morning in some ways, because me and him had have gone out. I'm not sure where we'd have gone, but we'd have gone somewhere, and we'd have come on, I'd have took some butties, sandwiches that, Jack, but I'd have took some butties with me, a flask of tea, where's them little dogs, frightening us off here, and I would have done got a load of footage from here and there, and then afterwards gone live from wherever we were for a couple of hours. But I'm glad you like the videos, I really am. Certainly is, Dave, and it's warm as well. March is your favourite month, is it, Jack? It's amazing about Lincoln. Come on. We're not having that. Have we gone past Elsie yet? Oh God, we've gone past Elsie, haven't we? We haven't said hello. There she is. and we'd gone past her without saying hello. Bloody hell. Well, the old Duchess thinks it's about time we got a new car. I don't know what I think at the moment. I think it might be an idea. But we'll see. Now that is what I would love. A mobile, a camper. Me and the Duchess, and Toby, we could just take off and go. But the old Duchess said, nah, we're too old. I got some really bad news the other day. A guy who I know, I've known him for years, an old trucker. He's retired, he's from Sheffield originally, and he retired over here, him and his missus. Well, I saw him, I think it was Saturday, and he was telling me his wife died on Friday. I know she hadn't been well. She had cancer 7 or 8 years ago. We had to take some of her bones away, and I don't know, but we kind of sorted her out. And then she was ill on Friday, so we called out the ambulance, took her to hospital, and she died. Poor guy, he's all at 60s and 70s. I don't know what I'm going to do. He said, you know, this was on Saturday. He said, you know, the hospital wanted me to get, she hasn't been dead 24 hours and they wanted me to get an undertaker. I said, yeah, I said, you need to do that as soon as possible. I said, look, as soon as you get someone like that, they'll take a lot of the worry from your shoulders and they'll know what to do. It's just terrible, though. She's not been well, I know that. I know them both. But I didn't know she was as bad as that, and apparently neither did he. Well, in fact, my Duchess said certainly miss her Edward. I was shocked. Really shocked. Not as shocked as he was. Just awful, though. That's how long we together. It's more years than I can remember. And I thought, a bit like me and the old Duchess, 46 years we've been around. 46 years, eh? It's nice, we're about 18. It's still a long time, though, to be with somebody, 18 years. I think when me and the Duchess had been together 18 years, it seems like yesterday, really. We just moved into Yorkshire. We met March 1980 and we moved to Yorkshire in December 1997. So we haven't been together that well, you know, you just think, God, by the grace of God go I. And realise how lucky I am, I think, how fortunate I am. Yeah. It's a funny thing. When the wife goes first, blokes tend to end up on their own. And if you're not careful, they can suffer with loneliness. And we don't speak to anybody. Whereas women, we tend to be a lot more sociable than what men do, what men are. I mean, they'll fuss around over grandkids, things like that. But the overall biddies who have got grandkids, and it's things to talk about, things in common. Whereas us blokes, it becomes like the end of your life, doesn't it, when the other half goes? You lose your friends and what have you. I don't know who that is, but it can wait. He'll have to wait. Whoever it is, I'll have to wait. I'm on my blog now. I'm not giving this up. Actually, it's my son, it's our Sam. I'll talk to him later. It's just amazing, isn't it? There's our chalets. Yeah, it's a nice ringtone, that. Yeah, sometimes, but there's all sorts of things that come into this. I don't know. I think if my old Duchess were to turn her toes up and we were to plant her, I don't think I could be asked with anybody else. One thing, what are my chances of ending up with somebody who's got the daughter? You know, well, she was married to a bastard. She's had a hard time. Oh, she owes so much in rent. Can you help her? You know, things like that. If you're not careful, you become the money tree, the open wallet. And then, hey, Toby, although I'm happy to see my grandkids whenever I see them, it's great. Somebody in my age, they're going to have their own grandkids. And they may want me to be grandpa. It just wouldn't work. It really wouldn't. I'm not the most, what's the word for it? Affectionate of grandparents. And then what do my own kids think? They come to see me and I've got this woman and the daughter and the grandkids. The trouble that I'd create, you know, it just wouldn't, to me, it just wouldn't be worth it. So if anything happened to the Duchess, I don't think I could be bothered. I certainly won't want to go through all that. Then there's the inheritance. I'm not rich by any standard. Hello. It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Let's hope we get a few days of this. See ya. Yeah, you know, and when you think, I don't know, for me, it'd just be too hard. Yeah, I mean, if I don't know. I think if the old Duchess had have pegged out when my two boys were that age, I mean, there's 2 years between Reuben and Sam. I had a step parent and it went horribly wrong. And I mean horribly wrong. I ended up in a special needs school for maladjusted kids. All sorts of things went on there. I were fine. But it took me a long time to sort my head out. Why would I want to do that to my own kids? Well, no, I wouldn't. So I think if I'd have been stuck on my own, Dave, I'd have just sorted them out and sorted myself out. Hi Abigail, how are you today? No, I just couldn't be bothered with it. Look, if I want a pint of beer, I'll go to the pub and buy a pint. I wouldn't bloody buy the brewery. Or if I wanted a pint of milk, I'll just go to Aldi and get a pint. I'm not going to buy Elsie the cow. Definitely not. I've been around too long and I've seen too many things, I guess. But then I don't ever really comment on what anybody else does. I mean, people do what they think is the right thing. Nobody makes bad decisions purposely. And what might be a bad decision for me could turn out to be a brilliant one for somebody else. When me and the Duchess met, a lot of people said to her, you don't want him, his trouble is this, is that. He'll wreck your life for you. In all fairness, I had nothing in them days, but neither did she. You know, we both struggled. But between us, we worked damned hard and we made something of ourselves and something of our lives. Where are you? Oh, he's down there. So that's the thing. I'll always say everybody always deserves a chance in life. Yeah, I can move a gimbal about. Oh, bloody hell. Right, I'm going to have to do something with that. turn it off and turn it back on again. That weren't very clever what I did, I don't think. Yeah, I'm just playing with this gimbal. I had got it and now I've lost it. If I can't get it back, I'll just take it off and put it back in its bag. Right, we got it back. Whew. Okay, fair enough, Dave. You go and feed your neighbour's cat then. Hi Abigail, how are you today? I lost the thing altogether there, my gimbal. I've sorted it out now, it's working. So I don't quite know what I did with it. But again, I'm still learning on it. But it is handy. It's a lot more nuanced than what it is just holding up the phone. It's certainly worth its money. Well, I've nearly done 6 miles. It's going to be about 7.3 when I get home, I think. Bit more than that, maybe. I am you. It's been brilliant. It's been amazing, hasn't it, today?
How long may it continue?
That's what I'm thinking. The trouble is when March comes in like a lamb.
Go like a lion.
Yeah, that's a worry. But we might be wrong.
Who knows?
See you later.
See you later.
All right, so you're going to feed the guy? Ah. Yeah, sorry, I misread that, Dave. The trouble is I've got the sun in my eyes at times, so I don't always get it. But I do know you go to feed the cat as well. So I just took it that's what you meant. Yeah, I know the old guy you feed him, I know. Yeah, it's really good of you that, Dave. You know, neighbours like you. You know, you don't get them, do you, really? Not very many. You do get them, but not very many. So we're coming back. Now we're going to have a look at the sea. The tide's still coming in. So Toby the Valiant will be fine, because he were fine going up. Well, no, the tide's not coming in now. It has turned, it's going out. But in its first hour, it only decreases by about 1/12 of its height. Come on, Toby. The second hour, 2/12. The third hour, 3/12. The fourth hour, 3/12 again. The fifth hour, 2/12, and the sixth hour, 1/12. And then it starts coming back in again. And it just repeats the same process. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So now it'll have gone out roughly about 12. Tobes, come on. So that's a way of working out the tide that I've learned. So when you know when high tide is, and you know what the height of it is, divide, and you know what low tide is, subtract low from high, and then your first hour, you lose, it's a 12. And that's where we've come from. Come on, Toby. There's your wall, there's your tide. It's still in, but slowly it's receding. So in 6 hours it'll be at its lowest point. Here's a friend of Toby's. Hi mate, you alright? You okay? Go on, Tobes. See, we can see the wind farm without any problems. Oh. All right, Toby. There you go. There's your wind farm. Your wind generators. Hello.
Alright.
Hi mate, you alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Kiddie wink there, so I don't want to get him on. But I see his dad quite often, and I see the dog quite often. That's true, is that, Jack? I'm a great believer in karma. you do something nice to somebody and eventually it will come back. Yeah, look at the sun, still high up. I kid you not. Still over the rooftops, look at that. Hang on, let's... Yeah, good boy Toby waiting for me. Hello. I think I'm going to give Toby a treat. Ah, there they are. Hang on, Toby. Put these in this pocket. That makes a bit of sense. Not a lot, but a bit. We've got the runner run past. Good boy, Toby. Not even bothered about him. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be out in the morning and I'll take the gimbal out. Try and be out for about 8:30, so I'm back for about 10:30. So I've loads of time to download the walk. Oh, another little Jack. Yes, he's like you, he's a Jack. Hi mate, hello love. Hey! Enough! We can't behave like that. Yeah, we know this fella, don't we? Hiya. You alright?
Yeah, lovely night tonight, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's amazing, isn't it?
So the trouble is we've had this before, then you wake up next morning and you're back to square one again,
I
aren't
think
you?
it's going to be alright tomorrow.
Is it? Oh, yeah. I'll have a look at the weather forecast.
Yeah, I think it is. But we'll see. We'll see. Like you, see what it looks like when we get up.
So, yeah.
See you later, mate. Hi, Bobby. How are you today? Right, while I'm here, folks, I need to tell you, as from next Monday, I'm going to be out a quarter of an hour later. Just look at that. Whew, that's what you call sunshine. Let's see if we can get a picture. Right, hasn't worked out that, so I'm getting banjaxed by it. Right, I should be able to do it now, hopefully. Got it. I just wanted a picture of that sun. I might use it, or I might not, we'll see. You know, for the icon for this video. Now just you can see where the coastline's a bit wet. So you can see it's beginning to go out now. And that's a lot more stark when we get up to the lifeboat place where they launch it. You can see the slipway's drying off. Oh, Tobes, what have you done? Oh, you've done it. We're all right. We're okay, mate. We're okay. Don't worry. Come on. That's to be Toby's way and no way. When we finally get home, we're going to spend an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours, having fun and games. Sky, just look at that. And yesterday when I was at Flamborough Head, it was freezing. Not freezing, but it was cold. It was too cold, it weren't warm enough not to wear a jacket, and it was windy. Now today it's like being in summer almost. Amazing. Now we've got a runner coming up, so I'm going to put Toby on a short lead. There he comes. Alright, mate. And we've got a little fella here, little dog, going to eat his human's dinner for them, assuming. Evening. Is he going to eat your dinner? Come on, Toby. I think possibly the cat got the tongue. Who knows? It's raining where you are, is it, Edward? Oh, it's just nice here. All right. It is the 21st. Funny, the 21st is the equinox. My mum's birthday was on the 22nd of March. Now also, it's not just a big thing with Stonehenge, but it's also a big Persian festival called Nowruz, which has been celebrated for thousands and thousands of years. It's one of fertility and giving thanks to the land, you know, for growing food and being fertile. Whenever we get to that, I always think of my mum. It's her birthday on the 22nd. I'll be putting something on Facebook. I'll have a few things to say about my mum on here. She weren't just my mum. She was my friend. Just look at that, the sky is blue, the sea is blue. It's just amazing, isn't it? Yeah, he didn't even bother about the bike. I thought, oh God. He didn't bother. So we've done 6.7 miles. So we'll be about, come on Tobes, which I'm reasonably alright with. So one day this week we might have a magical mystery tour. I won't tell you when. We'll just do it. It'll be somewhere different where we've not been. There it goes. They're absolutely amazing, aren't they, the birds? And in front of us, the pier towers. We've got the crab there. The sun's still around. We've got the crab there. So the Duchess has got me in for the rest of the evening. Oh, it's not Blackpool boiling frog, I can promise you that. Hi Dave, you're back. No, we're in Withernsea, it's on the Yorkshire coast, as Jack just said. We're about 140, 150 miles east of Blackpool. You look at a map of Britain and we're on the other side. That is the North Sea coast. And I think Blackpool is a lot busier. Might go there one day. It's one hell of a schlep though, but I might just do it. For those who have never been, it'll be a good education, won't it? Go on the Golden Mile, see what it's like. I think most people in Britain know what Blackpool's like, but then again I've got people on here from all over and they won't. Hello love. I am, are you? Well, we got the bus in now. That bus was here when we set off, and when we got to it there was a mechanic in a service van, and then he drove off leaving the driver. Alright. Hi mate. Hello love. I've not seen Vinny yet at all, Dave. I saw him the other day, came on here the other day, not when would it have been? I think it was Saturday. But other than that, I've not seen him at all. I haven't seen him for a long time, and then he turned up, I think, Saturday. I was saying to Mum, I wouldn't mind going over to Ireland to have a look. And he was saying, well, if you come to Dublin, he'd show me around. And I thought, well, I'll see. I don't know, because I don't even know if I'm going to go yet. If I were to go somewhere like that, it's leaving the Duchess, and I don't really want to do that. I know I'm going to London with Sam, but we haven't set up a date. But I've been in touch with the Duchess all the while. I'm from London. I'm only a 3-hour trip. 3.5 hour max. So if anything happened to her, I can be back here very quickly. Dublin, it'd be a lot harder. Normally we walk up through the Valley Gardens, but because of the construction work, I can't do it. Walked so far. Show you what we've done anyway. apart from making a mess. We've dug the earth out, excavated all that. And this is where they're going to put the kiosks, apparently. They built a wall, a retaining wall, or they're building it, to stop this lot from falling down. So like I said, I don't know, I'm pretty much ambivalent. I'm neither for nor against it. If you want to put kiosks there, put kiosks there. In a town with so many empty shops, I just wonder what it's going to do. But it's not something I'd argue over. I think I'd have much rather seen the council compulsory purchase, perhaps at Bucky's office that closed down during COVID, and turn it into small units. But there you go. No, they're still there at the moment, hanging on in there, thinking, oh, go and have a look. Come on, Tobes. Yeah, it's just up here, so we'll have a look. But I think they're still hanging on. Well, the lights are on inside. I might just go and wow, 60% off. Now it was 50%. Now it's up to 60%. I might even go and get another set of walking boots. It's still here, look. But it's getting a bit run down now, look. Doggy stuff. I might come back and have a look. Tomorrow, probably. Blackburn, yeah. Blackburn, Lancashire, yeah. Well, it's not that far from Blackburn. Isn't Blackburn, Jack? I'd say it's what? 35 mile maybe? I'm not keen on the place. It's a bit like Coney Island. I didn't like it very much when I was a kid, to be honest. You go with my mum and my nana, and I weren't that keen then in those days. The best thing about it was Woolworth's Cafe. Woolworths had a shop on the seafront, and on the top floor they had this cafe, and it was quite good. Every time we went into a Woolworth's Cafe, my mum would we'd always come away with a knife, a fork, a spoon, or a teaspoon or something. We had a full canteen of cutlery. and their cutlery were quite, you know, quite good quality. And we had like 6 knives, 6 forks, 6 soup spoons, 6 dessert spoons, 6 teaspoons, and so on. We had the lot. Not just from Blackpool, but mainly from Woolworths in Manchester. Come on, little man. There he is, the valiant one. Well, that was where a ground its mum and dad lived, and they've gone back to the Midlands. I'm not sure where they lived. I think it was Walsall or Willenhall, something like that. They're a really nice couple, and I know they loved it here. So I don't know why they've gone back, but best of luck to them anyway. I took them a card, wish them all the best. I got him a bottle of, a bottle of Plonk, and I got her a box of chocolates. Hi, Jean. Well, it's where I'm parked. Hi, Dave.
Hiya. You all right?
I'm good. You?
Yeah, not bad.
Toby?
Can't be bad this weather, can we?
No, you can't. The best. Toby, yeah. Ooh. There he is. And from me, it's been a good. We've done, let's just see how far we've gone. It's 17:25. 7.51 miles I've done today. So that's all right. I'll do more tomorrow. I was at Coast Watch this morning, so I didn't do any walking. So just now we've done 7.51 mile. So that's okay. Tommy I went Tommy Trinder. It was a what did everybody call it? Can't think. It weren't Tommy Trinder. I'll come back to that tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Edward. And for everybody else, I just want to say good evening. Have a lovely evening and have a lovely day, depending on where you are. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and your subscriptions. As always, you've been really good company. So I'll see you all tomorrow. George Formby, you've got it, yeah. George Formby, that's it. So I'll see you all tomorrow. So good night and see you tomorrow.